Greetings and salutations, movie nerds. My name is Gilbert Ibarra, and welcome back to the Attic Review. So, thank you for joining me again. Today, we are doing things a little differently. The last two episodes, we talked about throwbacks of my favorite horror films. Today's film is neither a throwback or a horror film. I know what you're thinking, Gilbert. It's spooky season, and my apologies. But this film just was released on Friday the 16th, and I really believe this could be a strong candidate for a sleeper of the year. I think this movie is phenomenal. I had no idea. I've never heard of it before until recently. Never saw any advertisement, but I saw the lone actor and the fact that he was the executive producer. I was like, all right, my dude knows how to act. I like him a lot, and almost like a passion project. When I see that executive producer sign on it, I know he cared about it, and it did not disappoint. This movie is great because it draws on the power of different genres. So with this film, we have a very, very dark comedy, but also a solid murder mystery. And I'm a sucker for movies like that. So what movie are we talking about? We are talking about The Kid Detective. Let's look at that cool poster. God, I love a good poster and what it can do, and showing you the synopsis with one cool ass picture. So, in the poster, we have our lead character, Abe Applebaum. He is a wonder kid, kind of an Encyclopedia Brown, if you will, of his time. He is the darling of his community, solving a bunch of small crimes and mysteries around the town. And it garners him a lot of respect and admiration, and he loves it. Who doesn't like that? But then tragedy strikes this small town and a kidnapping goes unsolved. And unfortunately, he put all that weight on his shoulders and never recovered. And it's quite sad to see. I mean, look at the sad bastard. Damn it, Adam Brody, even all sad and depressed and shit, you still look cool, man. Anyway, so Abe Applebaum is in a rut. It's very creative how the filmmakers did this because you can see his whole world is not evolved. The rest of the times have changed. I mean, we're dealing with modern times now, but you still get that sense that he has not moved on. So we have our sad and lonely constable just being as like the butt of the jokes of the town now. The admiration's gone, and he's just trying to get by on day to day on alcohol and try not to think of the past until a lovely young lady named Caroline comes in with a case. Now, this isn't just my cat's missing, my dog's missing. No, she comes up with a solid homicide. Somebody stabbed her boyfriend a lot, and they don't know why, and no suspects. Police aren't taking it seriously. Now, is it bad police work, or are they trying not to look at something? We'll get into that later. But the sad and out detective wants redemption. He wants his wings back. So he says, let's do it. I will help you. And what he doesn't know is he's about to go down the rabbit hole, and it is deep. And we're going to follow him right now to see why this movie is great and why you should watch it. So, any questions on the synopsis? Okay, quick recap. Abe Applebaum is a drunk, depressed version of Encyclopedia Brown that grew up. And if you don't know who Encyclopedia Brown is, just real quick, this is Encyclopedia Brown. Okay, I feel better. Now that that's off my chest and we know who Encyclopedia Brown is, we can get to why this movie is great. It's wonderful because you kind of wonder about those situations where, after the teenage years wear off, what happens next? We get to see that this kid detective grew up in a not a happy ending lifestyle. He's still trying to trudge on and get on with his life, even though he's stuck because of a case that he couldn't solve. Okay, I guess that was a bad example of a case that wasn't solved properly. I don't know why I keep going back to Seven. I'm telling you guys, I can't get over that movie. Anyways, so this movie's wonderful because it has such confidence in its storytelling. A lot of films, especially murder mysteries, well, maybe want a higher body count or maybe some excessive gore or maybe some high speed car chase and things of that nature. It doesn't rely on that at all. And I have such high respect for that because they just let the actors do their work and the story just really gets you going. And the story gets you going because it's amazing at laying down groundwork left and right. This movie's like a garden. They planted seeds left and right, and then when you watch them finally blossom, oh my god, like the jokes that they set up for future events were great because sometimes it went the way that you were expecting, and it sometimes it broke hard the other way, and you're like, holy shit. I laughed at that because I saw it coming. I laughed at that because I didn't see it coming. I laughed at some of the dialogue because I wasn't ready for some of those lines to come out of those actors' mouths. I was like one out of maybe 8 people in that theater, and I couldn't stop laughing obnoxiously. And when I feel that way in a movie, I'm like, damn, I wish others could see this movie as well. So, the last part of why I really recommend this movie is that the complexity was so well hidden under all that dark humor and the setup for it, I didn't see coming. The final resolution was wonderful to see how Adam Brody's character was finally relieved. But before we get to that point, him solving the case, trust me, guys, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I will say this. Wow, I am normally pretty good at picking this shit apart. I am. If you can't tell, I like to do some screenwriting. In most movies, I can be like, hey, yo, that's it, or that's it. Much like this character. You can kind of spot these things. I couldn't. I was completely off. And when they divulged all of the why everything happened, how these cases are connected, it just blew my mind, and I wanted more. That's when I tell a movie is great, because I was happy that it left me wanting more, but the greats will do that to you. It leaves you wanting more, but I knew that this movie didn't need to do that. So when you guys get a chance to watch this movie, you're going to understand why I'm so hyped up about it and why it's a perfect candidate for Sleeper of the Year. Guys, I did it again. Please do me a favor, click like and subscribe, okay? Again, The Kid Detective, Sleeper of the Year, Adam Brody. You will become a fan of his. All right, guys. Again, I know it's not horror, but and this time in 2020, a little change of scenery is not going to hurt us. And I promise, of all the movies that just were released, not a lot, I know, but this one is a hidden gem. Please go see it. Again, guys, click like and subscribe. Thank you so much. In a few days, we will get back to horror movies, all right? So thank you so much, guys. Leave some comments. Again, click like and subscribe. It's been a blast. This has been the Addict Review. My name's Gilbert Ybarra. You guys have a great one. Thank you very much. Smile, Tiger.